So, good morning, everybody. We're gonna have a nice talk now about performance solution stacks, as everybody can read, which is, as I was been told, actually a talk about Typo 3 in an ecosystem of other software and sharing the knowledge of how to combine it with other software in a stack, in a short version.
That's good.
All right. So enjoy the talk and thank you.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. I'm Björn, and I want to tell you something about performance solution stacks today. And I will do it with a short story about a project starting very simple and getting more and more complex, working together with a client. So my topic sounds a bit like a nightmare, but it's basically starts with good news. So our client has signed the contract, and we had a hard pricing discussion, we had a hard timing discussion. And it's basically a normal client, so we don't have this agile process when we don't know where we end up at the end. So we have a fixed price project, we have a timeline, and we are happy. So we're celebrating our new project, but we don't remember really what the requirements were. So there was a huge list, and the client has big expectations. So we told him a lot of things about Typo 3. It's a great CMS. And so we get back to look at our quote, so what we have promised to our client, what we will deliver. And so it's basically looks like a normal Typo 3 project, like easy content editing. We have multi-language and many country versions. We want to deliver good search, so we want to have auto-suggest and keyword search. And we have news, products, projects, partners, and whatever. So I think many projects with Typo 3 are about these entities. You need to deliver special pages and detail pages for projects and partners. We have a login secured area, so clients from other parts of the world, they should log in and see price listings or files not visible to the public. We have a map with service partners, with many clients, and should be all available in the database. And we should deliver good performance, connect with other systems, of course. They have a database with their product information, with their client address information, so we need to connect it, and it should work on mobile devices, so we have a mobile responsive project. Wow. So it looks like we have a project, so we have done multiple times before, and so we look at our copy candidates. So maybe there's a project we've done already with Typo 3. And so, for example, we have one project we've done, it's working perfectly for the client, but it's still version 6. It's done with grid elements and has some pure developed extensions, so we say no, it's not a good candidate for starting off this project with Typo 3. So we have another project running fine, we have fluid templates, the extensions are developed better, but we migrated it before from Typo 3.6. And it has some really ugly TypoScript code, so we really don't want to use it. And another candidate is maybe running 7.6 fluid templates. The extensions are nicely developed, but at the end, the layouts don't match, and we say no. We start from scratch, and so we talk to our developers, asking them, maybe one of them is okay, and they say no, there are many hacks, we have core hacks, we have some fixed extensions, we develop many things we can do better today. So we are very proud of ourselves, we have good developers, and we say, okay, we start with our new project, we are very self-confident, and we say, okay, we will do from scratch, new project, and we will do everything better than before. So we look at our project, what we want to do, and we have great tools. We have Git, we have branches, we have release branches, we have automated testings. We have done wireframes with our client. We have a prototype. The client tested already our prototype. It's pretty clear what we need to do. We have sprints, code sprints. Many things will help us. We have great developers. We have Typo 3. We love it really good. We love it, and we have many things that we want to do in our project, and at the end we all had deadlines and need more budget, but we start off many years, many months or weeks, we don't know where we end, but we have a nice fluid templating and we are proud of the results. At the end, we start with a good website. So we made it with love. It's done with Typo 3 and running fine. So it's a good start, and the client is happy. And basically what we've done is we created our first software stack or technology stack. So the first thing is we have a server instance running. Basically, it's a Typo 3 with Apache, PHP, and MySQL. Very basic server is running fine. And we have a Solr instance. We have a search engine, so a client wanted to have a good search. We heard already yesterday that Solr is a very good working together with Typo 3. So basically, this is our first stack. And now we go live. And the website is very nice done, so we have many, many visitors, and feels a bit like that it's not enough. So the client said we need better performance. So the good news is we can improve the performance because we know Typo 3 very well. So we know how to set up a good server environment. And we end up with the next stack. So we split it up and have a multi-tier environment. So we started with a proxy cache instance with Varnish and Nginx running. We have good experience with Nginx, running with Typo 3 together. Underneath we have Typo 3 instance, or many Typo 3 instance. We are running on AWS, on Amazon. And we have a Solr instance running with Java, and underneath the MySQL database. So this is our next stack, and it's working fine. So because this is scalable, so we can run more instances of Typo 3 or more increase the database performance and make this website ready for more visitors and more may provide better performance. And so the week passed, we have more experience, and the client really starts to work with our website. So we have editors in Russia, we have editors in China, we have editors all over the world. Some are dealing with tons of files. So the marketing stuff from Russia is uploading files to the Typo 3. We have someone working in Germany taking care. They want to move files, move folders. Have you ever tried to really handle files with Typo 3? Many files, hundreds and thousands. It's really almost impossible to do this with many languages. So they have 16 languages in the system. So we have one file, they need to translate it to 16 languages, clicking for every language, open a form, entering the data, closing it. It's very time consuming. They need to keep their product data up to date. So they have hundreds of products with many languages, and so the system should answer a simple question like how many products don't have a video uploaded, how many products don't have a Russian translation, or how many products do I have in a category. So these are simple questions Typo 3 cannot answer today because they are clicking around with our extension in the backend, or we have a list module. So basically, Typo 3 is not covering these requirements very well. So it's basically the thing. And they're running marketing campaigns, so they need more landing pages. This is something Typo 3 can do really, really good. So we have grid elements. They're very flexible to create new landing pages, new content pages, SEO pages. So this is something where Typo 3 we have a good user experience. On the other side, for product management, for file management, it's really, really hard. And the clients go to conferences and come back and they want apps, they want new tools, A/B testing, all this stuff. And there's a point where Typo 3 is just running out of capabilities, so where we need to find other solutions. And so we are very proud of what we've done. We have a very good website running, looks really good. Typo 3 is doing a good job, and the client says to us, oh, it's just horrible. So we cannot work with the system anymore. And if you see a look at our challenges we have with such a client running a website in several countries and with several languages, it's one big challenge is product management. So if we see we have hundreds of products with translations, videos, files connected, it's very time consuming, almost impossible to handle everything with Typo 3 because it's just a nightmare. So we try to use a list module or backend module. There are other products or other solutions out there. Maybe you're working better with Typo 3 together. Another challenge is the digital asset management. So a client wants to know how many files don't have a Swedish version or don't have a French version, or they want to tag a version with Japanese so that the Germans don't see the Japanese price listings because it's much more cheaper to buy the product in Japan than in Germany. So we need a good digital asset management. Then we have translation management. So we need an answer from the content management system to say, okay, 30% of your website in Brazil is not translated. So we need more translation. So we need some kind of info from the content management system how the translation handling is working. So they're starting email marketing campaigns. So have you ever tried to send out email campaigns with Typo3? Maybe I don't know, the direct mail for example, or other extensions. There's no really good professional support for bigger marketing campaigns. And for e-commerce is also a thing. So for e-commerce, if you want to open a shop or you need commerce solutions, so maybe you can send a form or you can book something and send it to another system, but there is no really e-commerce support in Typo3. And now if the client comes back from some conferences and says we really need an app, so then they want Typo3 as a backend with an API serving information for their apps. So they don't need to handle all the content on several systems. They want one central CMS with all the information and working as an API for their apps. So it's lots of bashing. So Typo3 is doing a good job because we can create good pages, good content, SEO pages. But for these requirements, there are boundaries, and you can try to develop extensions for all these requirements, but you will end up spending months of code and creating code and coding new extensions. But the quality of your solution will not be comparable to other software systems. So we end up, for example, this is more future vision. So because the project is still running and it's not ready yet, but so for example, solutions they could look like this. The Typo3 is running as a CMS. We have, for example, a digital asset management system like Cellum. We have Magento or Shopware or another e-commerce shop running because Typo3 is not covering our e-commerce requirements. And for product management, for example, we have Akeneo. It's really nice done, so you can handle, it answers a lot of questions like how many products are not translated, or where are files missing, brochures missing, videos missing, and all these solutions will work perfectly together if you make more experience working with them. And so I just changed to Shopware because I'm not a Magento fan anymore. So, but so for us as a community, I think it's if we say we use other software together with Typo3, it's not like we're leaving the community or we're doing something wrong. It's just like the client it has more requirements, and Typo3 is not the software for everything. So the problem is, or for me, the issue is to find out what the roles in this setup are. So is Typo3 in the middle of everything, or is just a part of our solutions? And how are these systems working together? And for me, as a community member, can we share this info? Can we share Typo3 and Akeneo, how these systems work together? Can we share templates or server setups so that we share not only Typo3 extensions and Typo3 knowledge, that we also share how Typo3 works together with other systems and share our experiences? So now I come to the performance solution stack. This is sounds a bit, okay. Yeah, at the end we have the sender system. So we want to provide a good website. We want to send our users to MailChimp or other email systems. We have email templates in MailChimp, so we get a good feedback how we are performing with our email campaign, and we want to provide content to our apps and other software systems. And we have supporters like a digital asset management and Akeneo as a product information system and Solar as a search engine. And in the middle of In the middle of both sides is the providers. This is the Typo 3, and in this case, Shopware as a shopping system. So they both together will provide the info for the website, for email campaigns, and for your apps. And we have to support this, but all this need to work together and as a full performance solution. Because if we do really good job with the Typo 3, but we do a poor job with the Econeo, and they don't work together perfectly, at the end we will not provide a good solution. So if the projects are getting bigger and we have more requirements and more systems involved, I think it's very important for us as a community to prove that Typo 3 is capable of working together with all these systems. I know that WordPress is working a lot with these systems. I know that Drupal is doing a good job. Drupal is even trying to get the e-commerce section and to cover these requirements. So if Typo 3 wants to prove itself, and we as a community in this setup, we need to share this information. Yes, it's like, okay, we have a big setup, and it's just like we need to prove that we deliver good performance. So for our performance stack, there are also many tools on top. So the client wants to know that we are doing a good job and that the website is performing well. So we have, for example, we have Assistrix running, so checking how the SEO things are going. We have an Optimizely for testing, so for checking how our landing pages are working with the conversion optimization. Maybe we have a data storage like Datamare and checking our user profiles or download info, so like trends and reports. And we have, of course, we have Google Analytics for seeing how the website, where the users are coming from, how long they stay on the website. Really quick. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like if we have we go back to this setup, and we are if we share information in our community, we are almost all the time focusing on Typo 3, so as a single solution. I remember that from Zeitgeist we had a talk about last year about Mage Unity, so how to connect Typo 3 with Magento, and but it's hard to find a good solution for Typo 3 and Shopware running together. So we're currently talking with another agency in Hamburg and trying to find a good solution to connect Typo 3 and Shopware. But I think this is still a thing we should share with the community. So right now it's like you need to pay for extension connecting Typo 3 with Magento, and it's a paid extension basically. For Solar, you need to join this early access program they have, and I don't know what's with Econeo. I think there's nothing with Celum. Also, they provide an API, but I don't think there's a ready-to-use extension. So I think that currently the situation in the Typo 3 community is that this is something we can share, but everything else is something we need to pay for. So I think this is a thing we need to discuss in the community. For Typo 3 with MailChimp, there's just a form. I think this is form integration, so that you can just let users subscribe. But I think there's also connecting with front-end users. So my vision is like we create a platform for sharing our experiences and knowledge about these systems working together. Doesn't need to be Celum, can be another digital asset management. That we share the info we have, the experience we make, that we at the end we provide a good performance. Yeah, Typo 3 is inspiring people to share. I really hope that we we make it, that we share information how Type 3 can work together with other systems, and that we provide a platform for sharing server instances or sharing server stacks, so that we learn from each other how the solution and the stacks are working. And if we will make it, and we create these stacks and performances, that this is for Type 3 really big win. So it's a good situation and a good starting point. Really fast today, so that's it. From Avonis, I'm Bjoern Gottowik, and if you want to visit us, we are in Hamburg and Berlin. In Berlin, we are opened the office in Mindspace, and Hamburg, we are in the middle of Sotenbaum. So if we're looking for good developers, so if you find good. Okay, thank you.